Information in Ukraine as of 6 o'clock on 4 December 2022 regarding the Russian invasion. Glory to Ukraine. The 284th day of the Russian large-scale invasion has begun. Over the past day, units of the Defense Forces of Ukraine repelled the attacks of the occupiers in the areas of the settlements of Ploshanka and Bilogorivka in the Luhansk region and Berestov. Bilogorivka, Yakovlivka, Soledar, Bakhmytsky, Bakhmut, Opytna, Klishchivka, Andrivka, Kurdyamivka, Vodian, Pervomyska, Vesele, Maryinka and Novomikhailivka, Donetsk region. Over the past 24 hours, the enemy launched 10 rocket and 16 airstrikes, as well as more than 30 attacks from rocket salvo systems on the positions of our troops and settlements along the contact line. Objects of civilian infrastructure in Shevchenkov settlements of Kharkiv region and Kramatorsk in Donetsk region were hit by rockets. There is still a threat of the enemy launching missile strikes on the objects of the energy system and critical infrastructure throughout the territory of Ukraine. In the Volyn and Polisk directions, the situation remains without significant changes. No signs of the formation of enemy offensive groups have been detected. On the Siversky direction, the enemy shelled the settlements of Sopich and Timofeyuka, Sumy region, with mortars. In the direction of Slobozansk, more than 10 settlements were hit by artillery fire. Among them are Odnorabivka, Streleka, Neskuchna, Ternova, Staritsa, Ohertsova, Chernihiv, Chuganivka and Dvorikna of the Kharkiv region. The enemy is defending in the Kupiansk and Lymansk directions. Fired tanks and artillery of various calibers in the areas of Sinkivka, Tabayuka, Bierstovo and Vyshnevo in the Kharkiv region and Makiyuka, Ploshanka and Bilogorivka in the Luhansk region. In the Bakhmut and Avdiv directions, the occupiers are concentrating their main efforts on conducting offensive actions, trying to improve the tactical position. In particular, the districts of Serebryanka, Verkhnyokamyansky, Bilogorivka, Yakovlivka, Soledar, Bakhmut, Kurdyamivka, Yuzhny, Avdivka, Opytny, Vodiany, Pervomysky, Nevelski, Krasnohorivka, Vesely, Maryinka, and Novomikhailivka were shelled by tanks, mortars, barrel and jet artillery. Donetsk region. The enemy is defending in the Novopavlovsk direction. He subjected the areas of the settlements of Velika Novosilka, Vuhldar, Prokizitivka and Zolota Niva of the Donetsk region to the fire. The enemy is on the defensive in the Zaporizhzhia direction. Artillery shelling was recorded, in particular, near Orakov, Zaporizhzhia region. The occupiers are also defending in the Kherson direction. They are shelling the positions of our troops, as well as populated areas of Dnipropetrovsk and Kherson regions, with mortars, barrel and rocket artillery. The fire terror of the civilians of Kherson does not stop. Regarding the losses of the Russian occupiers, according to detailed information, between November 28 and 30 of this year, up to 70 wounded and more than 230 dead Russian invaders were sent to hospitals in the temporarily occupied settlements of Donetsk and Luhansk regions. In addition, on December 2, another batch of wounded and dead occupiers' bodies was brought to the Melitopol local hospital. Looting and robbery of the local population continues in the territories temporarily occupied by enemy troops. From the local shops of Novaya Kakhovka, the Russian invaders take away all goods and equipment, including freezers and cash registers. And in Novomikhailivka, Zaporizhzhia region. Occupiers numbering up to 100 people on December 2 of this year organized a check of documents of local residents, seizure of personal valuables and household appliances. In addition, in the settlements of the temporarily occupied Kherson region, the Russian invaders are forcing the local population to send their children to educational institutions to study according to the Russian program by threatening to deprive them of parental rights. During the past 24 hours, the aviation of the defense forces has inflicted 22 strikes on areas of concentration of personnel, weapons and military equipment, as well as 3 hits on the positions of the enemy's anti-aircraft missile systems. Ukrainian soldiers also shot down enemy plane, Su-25, and ORLAN-10 type unmanned aerial vehicle. Over the past day, units of the Ukrainian missile forces and artillery have struck 2 control points, ammunition warehouse, 3 areas of concentration of personnel, weapons and military equipment, as well as an area of concentration of artillery means. The President of Ukraine held another meeting of the Stavka. The commanders reported on the situation in specific directions, in the most important directions. In Donetsk region, Bakhmut, Soledar, now, as before, the hottest, most painful. We do everything to help our boys in this direction. Everyone there deserves the highest gratitude. Luhansk region and Kharkiv region, we are strengthening our forces. South, we continue to minus the capabilities of the occupiers. Border, we strengthen the entire perimeter. Black Sea water area, we are working so that in the end, caliber could be at least at the bottom. He also held a meeting today with the leaders of our foreign policy bloc. We summed up the week, and we are preparing new events for December and January. Very powerful measures. Ukraine's position will be heard, Ukraine's interests will be realized in spite of everything. Glory to all who fight for Ukraine. Glory to all who work for the sake of the Ukrainian state.